Hi guys, welcome back to Bok Bok Bouquet. And if you clicked on this video today, you have a baby chick whose legs are going like this, or you want to know how to prevent it. So the first thing you're going to need to know is time is of the essence. You want to act quickly because the baby chick's bones are still hardening out, the muscles and legs are still strengthening, so you want to act as quickly as possible. A lot of us are firing up our incubators right now, and the best way to prevent the splay leg from happening to you is go to the dollar store and get yourself some rubber shelf liner. A lot of incubators have just a plastic bottom. It is way too slippery for newborn chicks to get their footing. This will give them good traction so their muscles can strengthen and they can learn to stand. Also, in freshly hatched chicks, their first 24 hours, their brooder bottoms, you should just use a regular towel or paper towels. That will give them good grip to get their footing and prevent the splay leg. Please don't use like newspaper or cardboard or anything like that, plastic. You want them to be able to have good traction. And if you see them freshly hatched in the incubator with their legs all splayed out while they're wet, don't panic, don't overreact. They can be very wobbly when they're first getting out of the eggs. Wait till they're dried out and you're putting them in their brooder to assess their legs to see if they are splayed. Because when they're first hatching, they can look a little wobbly in there. Just give them a little time and then see. But if you do notice you have a chick that's doing the splits and it has a splay leg, here's how you correct it. I like to use vet wrap. It is my product of choice. There are other methods that you could use, like rubber bands or band-aids, but I like that this is self-sticking. It sticks to itself, so it's not going to tug and pull out your little baby chick's little fuzz on its legs. And I like that it doesn't have any hard metal or anything in it that's going to like poke or possibly cut your baby chick. And I like that you can adjust it as needed because it is easy to remove. I like to cut across a very thin strip because you want it to go underneath your baby chick's hock or knee. You don't want it to get above there. So with this thin strip, it's going to be under its knee, but it's going to be above its foot. So this chick is a couple weeks old now and its legs are corrected. It's not splayed anymore. We are out and about and we're at a not-so-local feed store and we saw these chicks and we just had to rescue them. They all had extreme pasty butt and I wasn't sure that they were taking care of them. It wasn't going to make it. And we didn't notice that this one had splayed like there. We just bought them all, but when we took it home, we noticed it was splayed. So it's much easier to do on a newborn chick with splayed leg, but under the knee and above the foot, you just wrap the vet wrap around and you're going to make sure that it's sticking to each other. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Make sure the vet wrap is sticking to each other. And most importantly, make sure that it's not too tight, that it's going to cut off their circulation. It needs to have blood flow, of course. And then once you got it wrapped around and sticking to each other on one leg, then you're going to move to the next leg. And when you have a new chick that has the splayed leg, the very first wrapping you're going to do, you're going to want to wrap it a little wider because you don't want to instantly put their legs too short together. Wrap them a little wider and you're going to let them get used to that. After you first let them go with the very first wrapping, they might not be able to stand right away. Keep an eye on them in the brooder. Within like a few minutes actually after they're stumbling around, they're going to get their footing. So when you do your very first wrapping, they're going to be flopping around and struggling to stand. Help them to figure out how to stand. Just take some time in the brooder and watch them get their footing. And quickly, you'll notice that they're going to learn quickly to stand. And then eventually, they're going to be wobbling and be able to get used to that footing. And make sure they're eating and drinking and they're not being trampled or anything. This one quickly got used to it and was wobbling around pretty good. Later that day, before that night, I ended up wrapping it tighter, and then you're just going to keep looking at it. Within the few days, it could be completely corrected. This baby chick's splayed leg was completely corrected after 2 days of treatment. You're just going to have to rewrap the bandage as necessary. So we did morning and night, rewrapped it, each time a little tighter, not too tight. When selecting chicks at your local feed store, I always recommend to try to pick your own and select like the healthiest, strongest looking ones. I have the time, energy, resources, and experience to try to tackle this splayed leg and spend the time to help these chicks, so I did. Oh, look how cute she is sleeping. So there are a few more causes to this, and one of them is temperature fluctuations in the incubator. You want to try to keep your temperature remaining at a constant. Another one is a difficult late hatch. Another thing that can make baby chicks be born with leg deformities is vitamin deficiency, and we have a video all on that right here. And then click on this video here if you want to see what we feed our chickens. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next time.